I need another cheeseburger.
When they said not everyone deserves a podcast, we didn't listen. The middle class holes. Can you think of any brands from our youth that, like, if you told kids today that was the hot ticket item, that they would laugh in your face?
I'm sure if I thought about it. I mean, we had a discussion today at work about the toy Mr. Bucket, but I don't remember that being like hot shit.
Mr. Bucket?
Well, they just thought it was hilarious that the ad said the balls pop out of my mouth.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, you know, better than in, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know, like Jordache, British Knights.
BK Knights. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, the starter jacket, Champion athletic wear.
Yeah, and I know it's made a bit of a resurgence in the MMA world, but Reebok was a legitimate force in the athletic apparel. Both. Christ, they had a good soccer shoe, very underrated. Dennis Bergkamp was their star figure, but it's short lived. But they got phased out. Yeah, Champion brand. They had a store.
Yeah.
They had a store in the outlet mall that we used to go to when we were kids.
I mean, well, Nike still hung in there, but you're right. Jordan really put Nike over the cliff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'd say, like, when we were in our youth, like late 80s, they were neck and neck. Voila.
Albeit short-lived, I do think Bo Jackson really was the next big signee rather.
Yeah, and then they started the whole training shoe. Hey, Shaq tried. The pump came out, and they were like, hey, they have air under the shoe. We have air over the shoe. Huh? But they came in the most, by the way, I got a pair. My dad bought them for me for my 13th birthday, I believe. So like 1992. And I wanted a pair of Reebok pumps so bad, but it was that weird era where the like Zubaz colors and stuff were in. Uh-huh. So the manliest pair we could find were like purple and black and white. And if you got white as the main color, you were going to get some neons sprinkled intermittently. 100%. So I had these. What sucked though is that I'm just going to use her real name. Megan Dawson bought the exact same pair of fucking shoes. So I am so surprised that my dad took me down to Buster Brown at Harford Mall, paid $100, 100 smackaroos back in the early 90s for a pair of shoes. Was like buying a $250 pair of like primo Nikes today. And yeah, spent the money, didn't even complain. Was like, I know you want these. Let's go get them. I was like, oh, this is the only color they have. I'll take them, Dad. Thank you so much. I love them.
Don't screw it up. Don't say anything in the car. Don't even.
Hey, Murr's wearing girl shoes. Look, Megan's got the same ones. So they're girl shoes. No!
Did it ever occur to you, jerk-offs, that she bought men's shoes? Did that ever cross your mind? No.
Yeah, but they're purple. So they're gay, right?
Yeah. I had a pair of hand-me-down pumps for my cousin, and the one of the pumps was totally stripped off. It was just it looked like a black balloon.
I remember that.
Yeah, they had one of those, and I actually had a pair of Bo Jackson trainers. I'm trying to remember the time frame of this. I had a 90, 91, but my dad loved them. He was like, "Oh my God, those fucking look good." And you're a kid. You're going to do everything in these. You're going to go to school. You're going to play basketball across the street. You're going to play football. You're going to go to the woods. You're going to go to the creek. Everything. But I'm looking at him from a cross training purpose, because around that time, this is when his knees were first starting to give him trouble, and he didn't want to run all the time. So he was doing some biking. He was doing some Nautilus training. And the thing of it was, with the Bo Jackson adults, they had a strap across the middle that had his number. And he was like, I don't want that. I don't want to like cut it and sod it or something. He's like, I don't even want to mess with it. I'll fuck the shoe up.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Because believe me, I'm a minimalist guy. Like you've never seen any artwork on any shirt. Yeah. And to have like, what number was Bo? Was he like
34?
34.
It was his football number. I don't remember what he wore. I think he was 20 with the Royals.
But no, as an adult, you're not. No. That's not what you're repping. And I don't even think they were really cross trainers. I think that was just good advertising. They were like, Just make a shoe looks different than all the other shoes we got, and put Bo in them so you can do anything in them. Go.
He plays 2 sports in these shoes, both of them, both sports. Yeah.
By the way, good Bo Jackson story. When he had his house built, he knew he didn't. If he was ever going to do an interview, he said he didn't want to leave. That's why he bought the place. So if you wanted to interview Bo, you had to go to his house. And to keep up the facade, he put a full gym in, all the weights. Said he never touched them.
Oh God!
He said he just naturally was that cut, that built. He said he did like all like calisthenics and things. Never lifted almost never. Not saying he never did, but basically he did not use a gym like an Arnold Schwarzenegger style. Let's go lift and get beefy.
Yeah, that's Herschel Walker was the same way. Now, a phenomenal athlete in his time. I'm not saying it's apples to pears with Bo Jackson. I think Herschel's height was running for Georgia. He had a good NFL career. Bo obviously peaked and got hurt. But Herschel said the same thing. He's like, man, I just do a bunch of push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, body weight stuff. He's like, I didn't go to the gym in Georgia. They were talking like it's some sort of disease now. There's a few others. I guess I could, I'm thinking mainly apparel and clothing. We could probably.
Yeah. Well, I was sitting at a red light the other day, and I saw the turn lane light. The arrow came on, and there's no traffic moving. I'm like, and then all of a sudden I hear it. Look over, and it's the dark gold, like probably I'm gonna say 2006 Lexus, the coupe, the one that looked like the Honda Prelude back in the day.
Okay.
Fucking dented in bumper, rusted out quarter panel, just every valve that's fucking in existence under that hood is just slapping up against each other. And I just remember thinking, God damn, that was like the first ever December to remember car. Like that back in the day, a Lexus was a Lexus. A Lexus was like, oh my God, you've probably cheated on your wife, but man, you still love her, don't you? You bought her that car, you put it in the driveway with a bow in the middle of a fucking snowstorm just to impress her and the neighbors. And now this ratchet old whore is driving it down the road with every fucking piece of machinery covered in 25-year-old oil goop. I just feel like Lexus should have swooped in a Black Hawk helicopter and just airlifted that fucker off the road to save the brand. And God bless it, it's still on the road. But man, that is not the imagery of a fucking early 2000s Lexus that I ever wanted to see tarnished.
Yeah. There is, I won't even say a fine line. There's a pretty broad line of quality Lexus vehicles and then the Lexuses that you're explaining. Because I've seen these and I'm like, ooh, man, homeboy. He's getting every last inch of that puppy that he can.
Yeah, right?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, and I had a friend of ours, his parents had one. Now, it was a lower end model. It was an ES sedan, which I don't even know the difference. I think it was just more bells and whistles in the GS. I think they both had V6s. I think they were both branded as luxury sedans, and it was. I mean, we went on road trips with it. They didn't hang on to it. This family doesn't hang on to vehicles like that at all. And I think they were like, okay, we're trading in and getting something else after the kids have left the house. But yeah, I've seen Lexuses like that on the road. Ones that someone was like, yeah, man, 10, 15 years, this shit's still going to be hot. This is still going to be fire. Well, it might be fire.
But it does make me wonder, okay, I would say, we talked about a bunch of the brands, like Starter and Champion, they all started, and I'm not dissing Walmart or anything, but I think there's a connotation attached to, if your product is in Walmart, it's seen a specific way,
sure.
Nautilus isn't sold at Walmart. It's like Neiman Marcus, maybe Macy's. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It seems like it's hoitier and toitier because of how expensive it is and where it's sold. And the Walmarts of the world have shown to us that no, it's just how it's branded.
I'll tell you right now. There's a good one. Jack Nicklaus has a clothing line. Obviously, you can imagine it's all golf apparel. It's you can wear it on casual work days, and older men can wear a polo out to a dinner, or if you're still into pleated khakis, by all means. But yeah, I don't buy Nicholas stuff at Walmart simply because of that. As a golfer,
right?
Yeah.
But because what? People are going to mock you. I will
Nicholas?
say.
Oh shit.
I don't know if it's just the material technology or whatever, but if you can't see the label of something purchased at a Walmart store, all of these companies have figured out the perfect universal fit pattern to sew their shit into.
Yeah.
I wear a lot. because of the wife. Hey, little Miss Department Manager, get a lot of great deals on a lot of good stuff. As long as you can't see the label, you have no idea what I'm wearing. Black T-shirt, looks good. That's probably a high-end T-shirt. It's fitted to his fucking body. Like, no, I think my body is just, like, morphed into what a Walmart shirt's supposed to fill out like.
That's what they do. The shirts fill out to you. They mold to your body over time. That's why they should sell it. Yeah, golf shirts, polos it's not proprietary technology. All that poly, now, it might be constructed in a different way, but that poly blend, or not even blend, that poly and then the UV protection that they provided, that's across every fucking brand you're going to buy. From here till you go into every Golf Galaxy from here to Timbuktu. It's the same shit.
Yeah, and I don't know. But I guess the point I'm getting at here is, though, does it hurt? Okay, does it hurt the Lexus brand, the fact that I'm like, ugh, looking at a Lexus tapping away at a stoplight? Or does it help them because it's like, man, that's a quality vehicle. It's been on the road for damn near 20 years. 25 almost.
If he had any know-how, he'd throw some historic tags on that fucker and let it
point.
Ride, you know?
By the way, that bothers me so much because I see so many fucking like rusted out Dodge Neons fucking driving around with historic tags on the fucking back. I'm like, good Lord, this used to mean something.
Yeah.
But I don't know how because the rule I think is just 25 years.
20 years. And
that's it? It's
20. And the thing of it was, when the rule was in place, not many cars were lasting 20 years.
Right.
Not like they are today. And I have had a few cars tagged historic. One was not an everyday driver. The other one was, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not paying I'm not paying for emissions. I'm not paying a bunch of insurance for this piece of shit. It's not supposed to be your everyday driver. So if you tell the insurance company, this is how many miles on it, this is how many miles I plan to drive a year, and you wind up in an accident, they could say, you driving that every day, motherfucker. You pay for this.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good way to get a cheap price on some insurance. But I don't think the insurance company really cares because they're not going to replace anything if you get in an accident.
Oh no, my 1991 Honda Accord. Yeah, I'm sure they were going to fucking roll over the heavy duty detective, heavy hitter from Geico to come and file a claim or investigate a claim that I made.
But it's funny you say that because you're right. I think they started the historic tag thing like in like the 90s. But if you think about it, so that means cars from like the 70s and earlier. So those are like your fucking Charger, your real original Chargers, your Barracudas, your fucking old school Mustangs, like cars that were made of steel and stamped in Detroit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here comes Yoshimoto Nagasaki with his fucking Hondas, like lasting every day.
The 100,000 mile marker was like a death sentence. It was like, I'd have to take Old Yeller out back and melt her.
Dude, I mean, this is why boomer men still travel around with like a standard set of fucking sockets in their vehicles because you used to end up on the side of the road like, all right, honey, we still got that spare belt. Yeah. I got to replace it real quick on the side of the highway because cars used to just break down. Now they don't even let you access the engine in certain models.
Right. Yeah. You need you need the millimeter sockets, which most of us don't carry. Some of us don't carry, at least in your trunk. And it's all protected. I mean, my Veloster has a loose finger tap for the trunk. You know, a little like you just push in, trunk goes up. It's a little bit loose, and it jarred loose. And I was looking at one. I had to buy an off-brand fucking unit because it's not. You have to get these at the manufacturer, the dealership. Two, to assemble it, I got to take the trunk apart. I got a minute and a half in tops in this YouTube video. I was like, nope, no, beyond my skill set. Not doing that.
Yeah, well, I know that Honda has proprietary tools because there's a guy that I used to have work on my Honda, and he was a mechanic for Honda, and then he was making all this money on the side working on people's Hondas because nobody could work on their Hondas. Like, 'cause there's certain parts of the engine that have very specific like angles. And so these specific tools are bent so that you can get to the actual thing itself. Because they don't even I think once they got that's why I'm worried about where AI is going to take us, especially in the immediate future. Because I feel like as soon as CAD became a computer program, these engineers are like, we got a 2.6 liter engine. Where are we going to fit all this shit? There it is. And they didn't even bother seeing if you could. Because I just remember having I can't remember what it was. I think it was an older Honda, and the oil filter was in like, one, that engine better be cool or you were coming out with no skin on your forearms, top or bottom. And it was at such an angle that, like, you got maybe a half inch of twist room. So make sure that fucker ain't more than hand tight, and pray to God your ring didn't fucking, like, seal itself to the fucking engine wall.
Yeah, that's and then you get into, I don't want to deep dive into this, like, make and model specific. Well, not like make specific auto mechanics. I'm a Honda certified. Like, can I just get someone that's good at everything?
Right. Well, that's why that's so funny. We always mock that white Toyota truck that you see everywhere, but there's a reason it's still out there. It's because any Joe Schmo that fucking understands the basics of a internal combustion engine can get a half-inch socket and work on the entire vehicle. So I'm always mesmerized by these cats at like in India or just anywhere in like the Middle East where they just got to do like bush repairs on these vehicles. I've watched Indian dudes like rebuild entire. I love watching them do this. They're in fucking sandals working with highly hazardous materials. Like melting lead and redoing batteries, redoing entire radiators, like figuring out how to get in there and fix all the little fins, put it all back together. And it's like,
thank you.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's not going to last forever, but it doesn't have to because they can then repair it again.
And this might be a bit apples to pears, but I bit on the same wavelength. I've seen videos of, I guess, modern day Eskimos who know snowmobile repair on the fly.
Yeah.
Now, if your snowmobile breaks down, you can't fix it. You might be shit out of luck with life. You might be walking a couple 100 kilometers in the fucking freezing snow and
you ain't making that far.
No, that's not happening. So you better know how to fix this. But I'm wondering when that became essential to that, to that indigenous people.
But yeah, I mean, well, when it got cheaper than trying to mush dogs and feed them 50,000 calories a day.
Yeah, that's right. Not having to kill one another. Yeah. But back to the Lexus. So the saving point is, when did it become a?
Well, when does? It's not just that. It's just not something. I guess it's the first time I've seen. Maybe it's the final luxury brand from my youthful era that just lost its luster. Like, that's not a Lexus to me. Like, that's now a Champion sweatshirt on a Walmart rack.
See, I'll occasionally see like older, early to mid '90s Mercedes that give me kind of like a. Now that might just be the owner.
But the Mercedes brand, I guess this is where it deviates for me. The Mercedes brand has been around for quite some time. There was a charismatic talker that was still alive when the Mercedes was bouncing around, but the Lexus was like this brand. I'm sure. I think it was in Japan before it came here. But Lexus was like this. It just took over America as the luxury car. Like when we were like early teenagers.
Remember in Boiler Room? Remember he's like, your parents don't like you? Fuck them. See what they have to say when you're making their fucking Lexus payments.
Right. But it just seems like that brand. This was what I wanted to get to. Should luxury automobile manufacturers, would it be within their best interest to purchase vehicles back from the owners once they've reached a certain stage of life? Like, I don't know, especially
a brand ambassador, someone who says, "Listen, we understand." Kind of like the scene in Pulp Fiction where he says, "Those are my Aunt Jenny's blankets." Those were taken. Like, does your wife like oak? Yeah, I'm sure Aunt Jenny would have liked oak. It's like, I'm sure this vehicle is a keepsake. I'm sure it holds a special place in your heart. But listen, us at the old Lexus dealership like to make not even an even trade. Just a bartering thing like that. Yeah, I shit, man. I mean, I don't know how widespread you'd have to go.
Pretty far, I would assume. But I would assume that there's I'm pretty sure there's paperwork on these things, right? You'd have to know, like, this car was purchased in, 1992. Hey, let's check in on Miss Ginny Sasquatch and Puss or Foo. Terrible last name.
Sasquatch and Puss. She's been divorced a few times. It's okay.
Car's never been sold. It's either in the garage collecting dust or it's in disrepair, and we need to get this fucker off the road before our fucking brand is ruined. Tesla, I'm not sure if it's still a thing because they're pretty well established now, But like when I first bought the car, they were like, it was like 24/7 roadside assistance. If you broke down, they were going to bring the fucking Knight Rider 18-wheeler out to you. Like the thing that you travel with race cars in. They did not want people seeing that vehicle brand on the side of the road broken down because they were like, we don't advertise much, and if that's the only advertising that people see of it, it's going to damage the brand. So we're going to give you roadside assistance because it's more valuable to us for people to never see one on the shoulder of a road.
Gotcha.
And so it makes sense that you would say, hey, listen, we don't want this single mother of 8 with the fucking valves tapping showing off our logo to the rest of the general public.
Yeah, and actually looking at the 2025, 2026 line that Lexus has now, whew, yeah, I'm all on board with this. Out with the old, something else.
What, they look good or no?
They look great. Yeah, I mean the ES, LS, LC, which is the performance coupe. Then you have 3 different lines of SUVs. It's an NX and RX, and I don't know, midsize, compact, TX.
Why do they do this?
Family-friendly 3-row SUV, and the GXLX is a full-size luxury SUV built on a truck frame that effortlessly combines off-road capability with high-end interior luxury. Actually,
yeah, because I'm sure that thing's going off-road a whole lot. Why have they always done this, by the way, with the undecipherable 2-letter package, like, on these fucking things? I remember, like the ES. What is an ES? Is it executive sport? I mean, what the fuck is that?
It beats me, man. Yeah, I always thought was like grand.
Well, I remember there was an LE, which stood for luxury edition. That made sense to me. GS, it's a gas superiority car.
Right.
Yep. Got the gas superiority in there package.
Yeah, a 2024 Lexus GX 550 luxury, 2 years old, sold or used, 54,000 miles, going for just under 74K.
Whoa, fuck! I was whistling at 54, and that was just the mileage.
Yeah, let me give you. I mean, this thing looks mean. Here, I'll share it. Now this is kind of an all black deal. Not that one.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we ruined the show last time with a screen share. Oh. I mean, it looks like the Punisher mobile. Like, it looks like, it looks tactical. It looks like something the military should drive. I mean, I like that look because I wear nothing but black, but they could have gotten some better lines in that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I'm trying to think, and then now my mind's racing with Lexus seems to be, at least at this junction, the only one. I mean, there's old Beamers on the road, but BMW has kind of maintained Porsche, Jaguar. I haven't seen a Jaguar on the road, and not the one that I can recognize anyway.
The Jaguars you're seeing now look like just luxury sedans. There's a guy I see, he has a Jaguar. It looks like the nicest Honda Accord you've ever seen.
Okay.
They're not, I don't know, maybe it's just the American market, I don't know. Plus Jaguar, they kind of had, they came at the end of the woke era, and they really, really, really promoted themselves poorly. Again, nothing against the LGBTQ plus community, but I just don't know that there's enough of that community to purchase your nearly $100,000 automobile. So maybe don't piss off the other people with all the money to buy your cars.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't pigeonhole yourself to one community, I suppose.
Yeah, and I don't even. I mean. Geo, do they even make cars anymore? Not that Geo is really humming along back. Well, they were.
No, well, but that's back when you could make an affordable car for the working family. Now they've just overregulated like everything. There's so many bells and whistles you're required to have. You say his name, and of course it's a bad idea. But one of the things that the Trump administration did was say, we need to stop forcing car companies to put all these gadgets on their fucking vehicles, like, so they can be cheaper. For example, that stupid fucking feature where when you go to a stoplight, your engine turns off, and then you have that half-second click where it kicks back on when you hit the gas pedal. No more requirement for that. New cars had to have that. Like, that's fucking stupid. And mainly it's because we couldn't get the chips from fucking Taiwan in time.
See, that's what we talked. I think maybe it was last week or the week before. I think it was the week before about starting our own airline, our own car company. We bring manuals back. Power locks are optional. No more computer screens.
Somebody beat us to the punch. I saw them. That it's your car costs as much as you want it to cost. There's a base starting price. I think it's like $20,000.
Kind of build your own something. So can you differentiate between compact, coupe, sedan?
It starts out as basically like a boat, and then it's like I want this type of cab, and it modularly like snaps into place. Like it's not going to kill you, but yeah, it just snaps into place. So then it's like now it's a truck. Oh, you don't want a truck? Oh, you want the flatbed, or you want the like the old school Bronco back? Boom, pop that puppy on. Oh, you don't like that one? Oh, well, let's do the coupe. And then you got yourself a little bit of a car that a kid would draw in fucking third grade.
Yeah.
And it's got a spot for the screen, but you don't have to have it. And they're like, and you can use an iPad. You can use our proprietary one. They don't put speakers in it. They put modular sections for you to plug in your Bluetooth speakers, should you want those. So it costs as much as you want it to cost. All the added features.
A la carte as much as you want. Wow. Yeah. I want to bring back the pickup trucks that had the back seats that faced each other, that sat behind,
Yeah.
Little fold downs, little like dummy seats you find in planes. Yeah, man. Those things are death traps. I remember driving down to Baltimore, my buddy's dad's truck, a couple times in that.
I remember me and Eli, they had this, his parents had this station wagon. Like, I'm talking family truckster station wagon. And it had the back seats all the way in the trunk. And if you had a clean trunk, you could just pop up the floor. There were 2 little seats there, and we would face traffic on the highway. And we were like 12 or 13, and man, we got ourselves in so much trouble not facing forward, dude. It's awesome.
Did they have seatbelts?
They had lap belts, yes.
Okay, yeah, right across the old gut.
Yeah,
beautiful.
That's all you need, right? That's all you need.
Do you know who makes? Is this a particular manufacturer, or is this someone we would know, or I would know, or the layperson would know?
Oh yeah, no, I don't remember who made it. I mean, but it was a pretty popular vehicle. I think it was like like a Chevy or something like that. It was like I just remember it was blue and brown. I remember that, and it had like it didn't have like the standard like triangular pattern to the hatch on the back. It was more rounded. Kind of looked like a spaceship on the ass.
I'm looking like, so the companies that I'm seeing build your own car. Of course, build a car. It's by Finiex, Feniix Industries. Design your own customer vehicle product package with Finiex Build a Car.
Try modular custom car. It's electric. So basically, they did the skateboard model. So like. All 4 wheels are connected to a battery pack, and then you just build it up. Sounds closer to what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I think that it looks like it's it. Yeah, because the I don't even know what to make of this fucking icon photo that they have. This thing looks like something that the cool kid drove in with the upside down. Why am I blanking on the Netflix?
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is when I saw the video, it was basically the vehicle in its full form. If you ordered everything, would look like a classic, like the kind of the rebranded classic that they're making now, the Ford Bronco. It was just that style. And if you like that style and you don't want to spend a lot of money on an electric vehicle, here you go. Have at it, Hoss. And by the way, again, speaking of places that don't have regulations, apparently I've seen people going off now that China's kind of like let us in, have a little bit more of a peek behind the curtain. People are saying like these Chinese cars are like the greatest things that have ever been put on the road. It's just we haven't been allowed to see them basically because we go there, they don't come here. And they've got like apparently technology that rivals or surpasses Tesla in like the autonomous driving sector. And it's just because they don't care if people die on the roads. There's no like they don't overregulate like oh your car can drive itself? Have at it. The only way it's going to get better, got to crack a few eggs.
Got to crack a few eggs and make an omelet, baby. Brain or otherwise.
We got 2 billion eggs. We'll be all right.
Thin the herd a little bit, if you will. Well, Middle Class Holes, everyone. Murr and Foxman tonight on this episode of Middle Class Holes presented No, the In Between the Holes, presented by the Middle Class Holes. There we go. I'll get it one day. Maybe we'll build our own podcast. Start from the ground up. Tonight on In Between the Holes, presented by the Middle Class Holes, we bring to you middle class or white trash. This comes from Yahoo. TSA reveals you can fly with 7 surprising items that most travelers don't know that you're actually allowed to fly with. Now, I actually wanted to look this up to see if it was check-in or like a carry-on or a check-in. Doesn't specify. But I
always assume questionable items are carry-ons.
Carry-on. Yeah, it has to.
Yeah,
I mean, you run it through let me.
Because if it's questionable, I sure as shit ain't letting them X-ray it.
Yeah, right. So we're going to throw up these 7 items. I'm going to talk to you all about them. And we're going to decide if it is, in fact, middle class or white trash. Now, we've decided for the sake of the podcast and conversation that this is a check-in or a carry-on. All right. Whole watermelons, about 92% water by weight. I guess the fact that it's water.
Okay.
Just
because of the liquid. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's just as white trash as it gets, because there's no. Are you? Let me tell you. The only person cracking open a watermelon on an airplane has got a fucking Confederate flag T-shirt on. Easy.
I don't care if you're buying these things from the watermelon capital of the world and you're not getting this is the sweetest, juiciest watermelon you're ever going to wrap your fucking lips around. Eat it while you're there. You're not taking that shit home. That is fucking white trash.
All right, I'll give you 1 medium watermelon in your tuck away, because it now under your parameters. This is like that watermelon costs you $60 and you want your friends to try it at the next cookout. Gotcha. I'll give you that on the plane. Fine. It is a little weird to carry that one on. That one I prefer in the luggage under the plane, but yeah.
Listen, I don't know where the best watermelons in the world are grown, but let's just say for conversation's sake, it's in X part America. And you're at a brewery with your friends on some weekend getaway, enjoying a couple beers, and there's a stand. You can buy it by the slice, buy it by the pound, whatever, and you take a chomp at it, and you're like, oh my God, I've never tasted something like that. Got to bring this back home. Like, come on, go to your fucking local grocery store.
I don't know, man. I'll give it, but it's still trash. I'll say it's trash if you eat it on the plane. If you take it one, okay, I'll give you 1. I'll give you 1 in the overhead.
So hey, buddy, you got some for everyone? Like count here, 92, 174
if I can
slices.
See it, it's trash. Yeah.
174 slices. Yeah, maybe. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna divvy this out real good. Live lobsters in a clear, sealed, spill-proof container.
I don't even know if it's certainly not class. I don't know. Well, all right, what if your excuse is, because it's going to be an excuse, that you are like a premier like seafood chef, and then it's the rarest lobster in all the world.
This is the tits in the lobster game. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying it's middle class. Now, I just think the logistics of it are fucking stupid, and I'm not going through the hoops to get a clear, sealed, spill-proof container to carry on a live lobster that may or may not be alive by the time I land and get home, which may contaminate it. I think you have a window to which you can still cook it and it's still fine. But like, I wouldn't hate on someone for bringing a lobster. I'd be like, that's fucking stupid, but I get it. It's lobster. They cost a lot. I'm quite shocked that TSA is allowing that, though. I don't know where they came up with it. They must debate thousands of things a year.
Because from what I understand, TSA is only there to protect the integrity of the aircraft. So I guess a live lobster,
right?
And it couldn't. And I guess their point would be is it couldn't live in an explosive material, right? So if there's a live lobster inside liquid, the liquid is non-toxic, therefore the plane is safe.
Right. And you've never seen some Samuel L. Jackson movie. Lobsters on a plane.
I know. This is a stupid thought, but my dad's allergic to like shellfish and all that jazz. It makes me wonder, like, if he handled like a live lobster, would he at least break out in hives? No, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I think he'd be fine. Yeah, I don't think you're Are you saying if someone like your father who had a shellfish allergy was on the plane as well?
Yes.
And the lobster got loose?
Yeah.
Someone screamed, "Lobster on the plane!"
Yeah. He started, I can't breathe.
Yeah. Lifts his feet up. Yeah, no, he'd probably have a panic attack that would be worse than just picking the fucking thing up.
I remember he tried, I think he tried, knowing he was allergic to shellfish, he really wanted to see what all the hubbub was about shrimp. So he had his EpiPen and ate one.
He probably would have been fine with a Benadryl, but depending on how bad his allergy is, the EpiPen.
Oh no, it's bad. It's
okay.
It's throat closed, tongue swell.
Okay, because we're going to a wedding in a couple weeks in Cleveland with one of Sarah's dear friends. Her husband has a shellfish allergy that's not bad, and when he's stayed like in Maryland or somewhere on the quote unquote mid Atlantic, he bites the bullet and takes Benadryl and eats crab, shrimp, clams.
Okay, well, again, his isn't quite that bad. But
he says he's still uncomfortable, but it's well worth it. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Because my dad, if we go to a seafood restaurant, which he'll do, but he won't, because he can eat like oysters. Yeah, he can eat oysters.
Okay.
But with it steaming, yeah, he's like, oh yeah, you can see him like scratching his tongue with his teeth.
God. You can imagine someone bringing out like a hot plate of steamed crabs and laying them on the table, like, just smell that.
Waft it up.
Yeah. I feel like my pores are opening.
Yeah, while everything else is closing. That is one of the most terrifying things. Like when you have a kid, is like obviously you don't know until you know. And I can remember feeding him some popcorn shrimp at Red Lobster when he was like little. I'm like, huh? All right, we're good. All right. First peanut butter and jelly sandwich, huh? Now, he's never been stung by a bee, so we don't know.
Yeah. I figured that out pretty early. I got stung on my foot, and my face swelled up like I was 12 rounds with Apollo Creed.
Really? So you're allergic to bees?
And I think I still am. I got stung not too terribly long ago and got nervous. Left a soccer game early just to get home, just to kind of be around. I don't even know why I thought that. Maybe I just thought I'd be close to an urgent care or something like that if something happened. And it just swelled up. It was on my thigh, and it just swelled up and got a little bit puffy. I just put ice on it and had a few beers. Rubbed some alcohol on it.
I think that's just a bee sting, man. I don't think that's an allergy. I think that's just what happens.
Like when I was young, you can grow out of these. You can still have, I'm still wildly allergic to poison ivy. Wildly.
Well, I'm not. Actually, poison ivy is the one I can rub it on me and not get it. Poison oak's another story. But by the way, from what I understand, the allergy it's the opposite. Like, I'm technically allergic to it, which means I don't get it for some reason.
God. Wait. I don't know, man. I'm gonna like next time I cross paths with an allergist, I'm gonna fucking grab him. Sit down with me for a fucking minute. Make this make sense, man.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Well, because it doesn't affect me, so it should affect me. So my body is alert. I don't fucking know. I don't get it. It doesn't react. I don't react to poison ivy, but I got a little cocky in my youth, and I'm like, I can't get it. And of course, poison oak is often mixed with the poison ivy. So, yeah.
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go home and masturbate and figure this out. Oh God, I ruined it.
Yeah, this looks good. This might work.
Middle class or white trash, check in a live fish in a water on a plane.
I hate live fish, period, so that's already trash. End of story.
I had to suspect that this was just to appease some child who won, visiting their grandparents at a fucking county fair, and they won it in one of the fucking toad tosses or the ping pong balls. Like, I want to take it home. And they're like, just get on the fucking plane. Jesus Christ.
There's 3 types of people. There's don't give a fuck people. That's the category I fall into. Mm-hmm. There's collector people who have trinkets. No offense. I mean, your Triple G thing was a gift and is awesome. And then there's fish people. And fish people are a combination of collector people and fish people. Like, they love it. So I can see someone flying
and don't give a fuck.
Well, they collect fish.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
They will then start, it becomes a hobby. I know a guy that he would collect live coral, which is some corals are illegal to own, but then that's when you fly to a special city in a special place and meet a special guy and get on a special airplane with a special bag with special water, and you take it home and you let it grow inside your fish tank. And then you got to get the fish that's native to that coral, because why would you have that coral unless you had that fish? And then you got to go get that fish, and then you have to bring said fish on the airplane. Some people would say that's like middle class, that's like, oh, you're a baller, you're highfalutin. I think collecting fish is trash.
Yeah, I just think no matter how you dice it, if it's in a bowl, which couldn't be, it has to be sealed, so you have to, you're gonna have to seal it somehow. But if you bring it in like a fucking plastic bag or something like that, trash.
Well, I got news for you. Working for the Postal Service, people order exotic fish on the internets. They come in square priority boxes, and they are filled with that. There are live fish inside some of these boxes, and they'll say on the side like, "Please don't shake it." Fuck you. Get the fuck out of that box.
This one was the poster child for this Yahoo site, or Yahoo page anyway. Rotisserie chickens, per TSA's own tweet.
This is what kicked it off for me, was that there are certain items you can't, but a whole rotisserie chicken is allowed on an airplane. That's awesome. I can eat a whole rotisserie chicken. Yeah. So that, to me, would be a great snack for a cross-country adventure.
Yeah, man, I'm torn on this one because I just, like, you're getting to a point, rotisserie chickens at any grocery store around the country are what, $4 to $7?
I'd say $7's probably more the average these days, but yeah, that's a reasonable price.
Like, are you that much of a fiend for rotisserie chickens that you need to? I mean, of course, I'm thinking of it as whole. Maybe you break it down. Maybe you have it and put it in a frozen size, 1 gallon plastic bag, and that's your snack for the plane. But I don't know. It just seems.
Oh, it's trash. It's 100% trash. But man, I don't know that there's a store-bought item that's more delicious than a under the heat lamp in that fucking plastic bag that I'm sure is leaching into our bloodstream.
Yeah.
A rotisserie chicken. Oh, I look for them, dude. I look for the ones that are have been actually sitting so long that the skin's black. They're so goddamn delicious.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That skin's been crisped up so much that none of the juices have escaped. So it's still moist for the first 10 minutes.
Not gonna lie, because I've flown back from Las Vegas. Straight shot, round trip from BWI to Vegas and Vegas to back. And I can tell you right now, if we were right over the heartland, say like the Missouri area, and someone broke out a bag of broken down rotisserie chicken with a 1.2 fluid ounce thing of Crystal hot sauce, I'd be like, oh my God, my man, I'll give you money for it. I thought you pay for the chicken.
What's the, you like cooking shows. What do they call it when you debone the entire chicken but leave it intact? It's got a funny name. Well,
I don't know about deboning. There's a method called spatchcocking where you flatten it.
Spatchcocking. Yeah, good. You cut the spine out of it.
You cut the spine out, and then you crack the breastplate so it cooks evenly. It's on a level surface.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody spatchcocked a rotisserie chicken, just bring it on the plane, sit there on their little tray. Oh,
yeah.
I'd be friends. I'd be friends with them real quick.
Dunk the galley up something great.
It's not a stink, man. That's the thing. It's like there's certain things that are stinky. Like a well-done rotisserie chicken just smells like fucking heaven. If I die and go to heaven, I hope heaven smells like an all-day chicken rotisserie.
That's it. Wait, why does heaven smell like chicken? Rotisserie chicken, that is. Yeah, I'm picturing it like a fat guy just polishing off a wing and then has like skin just dangling off the side of his mouth. Just right here, and then he just slurps it up, and that I'm like, man, that's good. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff right there.
My favorite thing to do, because Redner's up near us fucking does a great rotisserie chicken. The first thing I do is I cut the little twine off the fucking legs, and then I grab that whole fucking ass cheek around the leg and just break it off. So you got drumstick, and then you got like ass meat mixing almost all the way into rib meat, and I just and you can suck the meat right off the fucking wings. It's goddamn delicious.
I'm getting
horny. I'm horny. I am horny. And that's going on. And I'll be on the plane horny, too, if you bring one.
Well, this one might make you a little more or less horny, depending upon what you think of it. Middle class or white trash, bringing frozen breast milk in ice packs in any quantity, as long as they are fully frozen at screening. I think it's frozen at screening. Yes, if they've deviated from the frozen state, they are no longer acceptable. I think this is middle class. I think in the age that we live in, I understand. Listen, I will never ever tell a mother or a couple of a newborn that what's the powder mix? What is it? Formula versus breast milk. I'm not going to have that debate with someone who has their own child. It's your choice. If breast milk is the way to go for you, that's your choice.
Oh, it's definitely the way to go. I mean, you mix the other one in out of necessity, but yeah.
My point is, if it's a problem in your life and you need some, pun intended, on the fly, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I wouldn't go through the trouble to do that. If, Sarah and I are fortunate enough to have children down the road, I'm like, we're not freezing this and taking it on the fucking plane. But I don't see a problem with that. I think it's middle class. I don't think it's trashy at all.
No, it's not trashy at all. It's a mother feeding her child. I think the worst part of it, the trashy part of it, is actually forcing
to keep it frozen,
forcing them to freeze it, just long enough for it to pass the. Well, it's not liquid. Let him through, Bob. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, when I hear shit like this, I'm like, the terrorists won.
Right.
They won the day. They definitely won the day on 9/11. But man,
that's like 20. Like a mom and dad throwing away dry ice in a trash receptacle outside of the airport. Like, ooh, okay, go, get in.
And by the way, it's only appropriate to call it titty milk in public whenever it's being questioned. It's a frozen titty milk. Please say titty milk. I would appreciate it. But the fact that, like, what a fucking. Well, if it was any more liquid, we wouldn't let you on, knowing full well it's titty milk. Right. Titty milk's titty milk. I don't care what form it's in. So does that mean I can bring? Okay, because you can't bring what? How much liquid are you allowed again?
I think it's like 1.5 fluid ounces.
Okay, so under these parameters, does that mean I can freeze a entire Dasani water bottle? Like, not liquid. Technically, it's a solid.
Well, unopened.
That's unopened. I know, but unopened frozen water bottle. Can I take that through the line and then magically, through science, I have a bottle of water when I finally get to the plane?
Pee, just to test TSA's boundaries. I got to get that to my PO tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, right. Why can't you just pee when you get there? It's none of your business.
I have an active bladder, man.
Because I planned on doing cocaine I planned on doing cocaine as soon as I landed. That's why.
That's right. I don't have any on me. It's not frozen anyway. Whole pies and or cakes.
Again, this comes back to, like, how good are the pies? How good are the cakes? You know?
A state fair with an award winning, like, listen, do you remember Al Smith?
Yeah.
Al's mom competed in numerous state competitions for, like, a pie that she made. And Jimmy made a great point. He said, like, dude, number 2 is going to knock your fucking dick off. Like, the second place finisher of the pie competition is going to make you fucking combust in your pants and go, wow, I don't know what number 1 tastes like, but that's damn good. If I'm in somewhere, like, I've been to the state fair in Iowa a couple times. Now, it never dawned on me, like, holy shit, this apple crumble, maybe I ought to take it back to Maryland. Now that I understand that it's TSA-compliant, man.
Damn right.
I might just
Isn't that a thing too? Like, I know did we talk about the Tom Cruise cake? How, like, now, like, Tom Cruise, like, farms his cake out to, like, the best bakeries wherever he wants to have this cake delivered. Apparently there's a special Tom Cruise cake. It's like it's like a pineapple upside down cake with coconut or something like that. And everybody, even that hates coconuts, like, no, it's the greatest fucking cake you'll ever have. And apparently at Christmas he gifts them, but it's a specific recipe. And, like, you have to sign an NDA, but because he wants it to be as fresh as possible, he farms the recipe out to the best local baker in the town of wherever the person he wants to gift the cake to lives. They do it on site, so it doesn't have to fly. But if you wanted, like, people, there's online services now that, like, you can get some of the world's best cuisine flown to you, and there would be no other way to perform that task.
Some of these cakes that I tried in the late 90s, I'm sure that these people have, business cards with QR codes where you can have something shipped to you. Again, as a 16-year-old thinking about, like, man, that might be the best fucking thing I've ever tasted in my life. Mom, let's get 3. We're taking them back.
Yeah.
You, me, and Dewey are all checking one on.
Dude, That just reminds me, because I know we've talked about this before, like how like some national brands are trash, but at one point they were like blue ribbon winning fucking items at some locality. Like, could you imagine living next door to fucking Little Debbie?
Oh.
God damn.
You talk about the little diabetics was the neighbors.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, just cooking up fucking like Swiss rolls.
And you're the test dummy. I've been fixing. I've been tinkering with the ingredients just a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, it's okay, it's okay.
God, man, I call these zebra cakes. Okay, call them whatever you want.
Why do you call them that? Yeah, that's a great point. We have two more. Listen, this one I have a hard time debating. I don't think it falls into either. But cremated remains in a screenable container. God knows what that is.
Hold on. What does that mean, screenable?
Yeah,
so
I don't know. Because Paul Bear rolls up with an urn. Oh!
We went right to it. I put a window in here so you can see inside. Or do they mean like you can sift it? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I'm curious as to the screenable container because.
I think they have to be able to look inside, like,
gotcha,
real effortlessly to check and make sure that's what it is.
I've seen 12 Monkeys. I don't know. Don't be opening these containers.
Well, not just that, but like, I mean, if you really wanted to smuggle the booga sugar with you,
right.
I feel like pretending to be, I'd become a mortician just to fucking pull those kind of feats off.
Yeah. Dress up as a man of the semi-cloth, if you will. I'm indifferent on this one. I'm sure there's people who have had to travel, pick up, Uncle Meemaw and take him back to Topeka, Kansas, and it is what it is. If it was a hassle for these people to get through TSA, sorry.
Well, they definitely come through the airmail because, again, as a postal worker, I'm well into the double digits of cremated remains that I've had to have signed for at the front door, which, again, as a postal worker, turning myself into, like, I don't know, you've seen, like, movies like Saving Private Ryan and shit like that, like, gotta steady yourself. Like, right. All right, I don't know how this person's gonna take it. And some of my interactions have been hilarious. The person signing for it wasn't exactly a fan of the guy in the box, and right. Some of them very hysterical. And you're a fucking counselor for 15 minutes.
Yeah, there's no job training that you get for the counselor side, is there?
No, not at all. Especially what we do. Driving around in fucking 40-year-old vehicles, fucking huffing gas fumes all day. Hey, you gotta get there today, right? 3 o'clock. Like, fuck.
This is priority. Finally on this list, middle class or white trash, hitting the Big Lebowski itch, if you will. Bowling balls and bowling pins. Bowling balls I get.
Yeah.
If that's your thing. I do think amateur bowlers that have their own bowling balls are douchey in general. But what do you bowling pins? What is this like? I'm taking this to
that one I don't get.
Unless you're a clown juggling them, or you're taking them to some local bowling expo to show off your 300 pin. There's the one that's sunk.
Again, we said the stipulation was above the plane or below the plane. Above the plane is trash. Below the plane, middle class.
Yeah, I'll say bowling balls is middle class, pins is white trash.
Yes, 100%. Easy, yeah. I don't even know why. Like you said, until you mentioned, like, clown or juggler, like, there's no reason to travel with a bowling pin.
Like, someone's...
Why would they allow that?
Someone's... Here, okay, this is the best thing I can think of. Someone's opening a bowling alley 1,000 miles away and needs a friend to deliver or bring a special bowling pin for a commencement ribbon cutting ceremony, because they do that when they open bowling alleys all the time. This is the special 300 pin of a local area champ or something like that. I don't know.
Sir, do you really think you can take this bowling pin through TSA? Who do you think you are? I am.
Well, since you put it like that, go on through. Actually, skip security, sir. Yeah.
I still think being a professional bowler could be the coolest of all professional sports people, in my opinion.
Today at work, because it was such a light sports day for live television, we were watching professional pillow fighting. Okay, and it was these two bodybuilders who you would not want to not only cross paths with, but somehow get into a pillow fight with. Now, however that scenario fucking plays out, you be the judge of that. But these two guys were like true fucking heavyweights. I mean, behemoths that go to your local gym who fucking like, and
okay.
But the other one was cornhole. And it's funny thing was I don't necessarily know her position. She's kind of like she's an asset manager, but she jokes around with me a lot. And she's like, this could have been us, Wes. And I was like, what I think you're failing to see is, yes, being on daytime television on ESPN3, performing in front of tens and tens of fans, and the glamour and the glitz and the hoopla and the pop and circumstance that is surrounded by this type of event. These men are all sponsored by Bush's Baked Beans. I mean,
that's true.
That right there. I mean, and then everyone in the office is like, yeah, I'd do a supply of baked beans.
But a professional bowler, I mean, they make their money on the road, almost like stand-up comics, and then they win the big one, they win the house. You know what I mean? Like, that's, you start your comfortable lifestyle. And I think the thing for me, though, about professional bowling versus, okay, obviously the amount of money you're going to make as a pro baseball player, pro football player, but you can't perform those actions for the general public, like to show off your skills. Right. But if you're a pro bowler, you can walk into any town in all 50 states and fucking just show the fuck off. Like, who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go. I mean, as long as you're earning a living, you're probably, I mean, you'd probably be a millionaire by the end of your career. Not going to be like buying a yacht or anything, but yeah, you'll have a couple nice cars, nice house.
The Lexuses of the yachts.
That's right.
There you go. The pontoon boats.
The 2006 Lexus of the lot. Yeah. No, but it's just, it's a skill that you never have to retire. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you could say, what would be, hey, all right, what's your parallel to pro bowling?
Maybe chess.
Chess?
Yeah. Chess is big around the world, man.
Around the world, maybe, yeah, but besides that Magnus guy, name me one professional. Okay, I just say that, then you're going to say, name me a professional bowler, and I'm going to give you the same answer. I don't fucking know, so never mind. Bury my own argument here.
Few. Yeah, Magnus Carlsen. Yeah, I think at that level, I think, and this is, we're not talking about alpine skiing. We're not talking about speed skating. We're not talking about bobsledding, which are professional sports that are done more or less year round, depending upon what area.
But you can't just perform them for anybody at any time. I'm saying a pro bowler could really just go perform his actions in front of any crowd in any town.
Professional eating.
God, yeah, but only one guy's making money off of that. Like, the rest of them are just sad and praying he fucking chokes.
That's right.
Literally.
This is the year where old
I didn't know this. I didn't know this, by the way. Joey Chestnut apparently got some, like, assault charge against him. Have you seen this?
What do you think? Someone's finger was a hot dog and bit it off or something?
Apparently some lady trying to feed her a fucking knuckle sandwich. Yeah,
he thought a nipple was a fucking Old Smoky, and
yeah, because like apparently it's controversial that he'll be competing at the Nathan's hot dog eating contest again this year.
Come on,
no, because
the Nathan's hot dog eating crowd all of a sudden has a fucking backbone. These fucking dickwads. All right. These are the most law-abiding biting citizens.
I know, but you can't. I don't know the allegations. I just know he's, again, not convicted or anything. But yes, there's allegations that he got into a domestic dispute with a lady, and so yeah, the world still frowns upon that. I understand that, but yeah, but I don't know. I just didn't know. He just seems so mild mannered. I just didn't feel like he had it in him.
No, I'm gonna have to read up on this. By the way, before you go, which is a personal story of my own, we're gonna have to get back to this. Cornell University. This is going to be down the road. Another podcast. Hopefully next week. Cornell University apparently put out a study where CEOs, C-level, and high-ranking officials amongst corporate entities and organizations who use corporate jargon have lower IQs.
Oh, I believe it, 100%.
Yeah, so we'll curb it there. We'll bring it back.
Yeah, we'll circle back. Yeah, we'll circle back.
It's a case of very little brain going bad.
Go pump some neurons. Expand your craniums.
And now, Fun Fact Friday.
And welcome back to the Middle Class Souls, everyone. Officially time for your Fun Fact Friday. And I've got a little bit of a theme this week. I don't know if you saw this, but the Baltimore Orioles, our team, we like to call it a win streak when we get more than 2 in a row. Mm-hmm. And so we had 3 in a row. And I saw online that guy that does the lip reading of the announcers when something crazy happens. No, not John Boy. It's this.
Oh shit!
This one guy does. I don't know if it's him or 2 people or if he just doubles his face or what. But he does
a D'Lo Brown. Just shakes his head.
Yeah, he does a lot of this. I mean, he over exaggerates everybody's face, especially when they're doing something big. And it's out of here. And so you had Kevin Brown with the "Ain't the Milk Cold" call, and he's doing this very confused face, like, what does that mean? Like that, and which means that he does not understand where that reference comes from. And Wes, would you mind?
Yeah, that's right. Colton Cowser, Oriole outfielder, as you can imagine, with the last name Cow. He is responding to, much like people who have names Lou or anything adjacent to that. People go Lou. For Colton Cowser, they go Moo, and he is the milkman.
But "Ain't the Milk Cold" is a reference.
Cold is a reference to Chuck Thompson, who used to say, "Ain't the beer cold?" when the Orioles would win a game.
Yeah,
so,
because there's nothing better than a cold beer after an Orioles win. And so, tonight, for your Fun Fact Friday, of course brought to you by our many sponsors, you've got the Shin Splints Recovery Group, the Flat Earth Science Advocates for Truth, and our favorite sponsor, the Cuckster for Life, on both TikTok and Instagram. I decided to go with a theme of phrases that we all are aware of, but we have no idea where they come from. If you don't understand, you'll understand after. Did you know? Playwright John Dennis invented a thunder machine for his flop 1709 play. Then he fumed when the theater stole his idea for Macbeth, yelling, "They stole my thunder!" Which is where the phrase comes from.
That's lovely. I stole my thunder. Shit. I'm not saying that I use that a lot, but I use it enough that if someone were like, "Hey, do you know what that's about?"
Playwright John Dennis. So
that's
basically
right.
He figured out a way to put the big giant stamp sheet of metal up and make the thunder cracks, but his play sucked, so they yanked it. He never got to show off his thunder. But the people who ran the theater were like, "That's a good fucking idea."
Hey,
and then when they ran Macbeth,
did this thing, yeah. They call those in sitcoms they call those Foley artists. People who used to do, that's. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily the same thing, but a derivative of.
You know what every bone break you've ever heard is?
What is it? Chicken bone?
Celery.
Oh, yeah, celery does have a good crack. Yeah.
Good, fresh, cold celery. There you go. Have fun watching Punisher next time.
I'm actually going to ruin my wife's take on celery. Like, didn't that sound like a bone break?
Oh no, you got to grab it at the ends and snap it like that. You can't grab it close. You got to grab it. By the way, we went to there was a school trip to Disney World when I was in middle school, and as part of the school trip, they took us backstage, and we got to watch a Foley artist do it in live, while he watched the actual thing, and then watch it back. Yeah, it was pretty awesome, dude. Yeah. It was very fucking cool. Just with the coconut shells and the horse
popping around. Yeah.
That was.
And then of course the most famous one of all time, the glass breaking for Stone Cold's intro.
By the way,
this is just some dude smashing a sliding glass window for a shower with a ball peen hammer.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know, but apparently that one guy made all those intro songs for the entire Attitude Era and then just disappeared. Nobody ever heard from him again. I was because I can't remember what it was.
He wasn't the same guy from the late 80s because I've seen interviews, especially because he did Real American and he did The Ultimate Warrior. But the one I saw, because they were trying to have, basically Vince gave him a pretty long leash in terms of what he wanted for the Ultimate Warriors, and he said, I don't know, it's pretty easy. It's 3 chords.
Bum 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 bum. Yeah. Yeah, those songs are not good on repeat. I can tell you that.
That's right.
Or if you let them play too long. Like, you think Stone Cold's entrance is awesome. I actually looked it up because in the car I found like the WWE like playlist for everybody. And beyond 5 seconds, Stone Cold's music is fucking terrible.
Yeah, if you don't have him walking down the ramp cursing, it's kind of,
The best song of all time, till this day, and even Shawn Michaels finds it hilarious now that he's in his 60s, is fucking Sexy Boy for Shawn fucking Michaels. Because he sings it. God, how poetic.
Originally done by Sister Sherry.
Yes.
Sensational Sherry.
But when I found out that Jimmy Hart is the I cannot listen to the song the same again, ever.
Can't look
ever.
at him the same way ever. Good.
Yeah. Did you know where the term butter someone up came from? Well, to butter someone up hails from ancient India, where folks hurled ghee butter balls at the statues of the gods to beg for favors, like flattering someone for a win in a competition. So, in order to butter them up, they would throw butter at their statues.
Bam. Just sitting there hurling change-ups and curveballs. Definitely curveballs. You ain't getting enough grip on that to get a four-seamer on that puppy.
Yeah, but just like, I'm going to throw, I don't know why the butter. Was it like, because I guess it was hard to come by, like kind of an offering, I guess? So, but yeah, so they would throw these butter balls at the statues, and of course, like, so that's where you can go butter up the gods.
Damn. I think of buttering you up. You ain't buttering me up, buddy. I'm a normal nobody.
Pun intended to curry favor.
Yeah. Hey, that was fun. Let's go some buttered chicken.
We'll take it on the plane.
Yeah, right.
Did you know where the term bite the bullet came from? Well, bite the bullet started with battlefield surgeries. Soldiers chomped down on lead bullets to endure the pain, sans anesthesia.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but that makes sense because when we were getting paddled in the fraternity, we used to bite our wallets.
Wow. That's an image I could have lived without.
Yeah,
God.
I think they get it. Yeah, no on the fly anesthesia, or if they had or didn't, in this case, didn't have it. But bite a bullet? Fuck, they could have found 1,000 other things that would have been better to endure.
Actually, they would either have them bite a stick, like a dowel rod, or a bullet. But a bullet actually is better because lead's soft. So as you're chomping down on it, at least it's squeezing into your teeth.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they ask, didn't Black Hawk Down, when they're trying to get something out of the guy, and they have him bite down on something, he ends up passing out anyway. But I vaguely remember that scene. But Black Hawk Down was like 2003.
Yeah, that's an intense. That's like that's one of those ones that everyone should watch. But like, I don't hate you if you don't rewatch it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, man.
By the way, if you do listen to Joe Rogan had Tom Segura on, and just Black Hawk Down brought this back. They discuss a lot of the things like Uday Hussein, the craziest of the Saddam Hussein children.
Okay.
Boy, howdy. A lot of people think the Iraq War was fought under false pretenses, but like after hearing some of the shit that dude was into, we're probably glad that all went down the way it did before that guy got to take over the fucking country. Just Jesus. God. Just shooting people in the face for no reason.
Right.
Traffic jam. He'll just grab the first person he sees in the car next to him and beat them with a fucking lead pipe, and no one's going to do anything because he is who he is.
Howdy Hussein.
Yeah. That's fun. Moving on. Did you know where the term turn the blind eye came from? No? Well, to turn a blind eye nods to Admiral Horatio Nelson, who in 1809 held his telescope up to his blind eye, ignoring retreat flags at the Battle of Copenhagen. So he was like, fuck this. It ain't over, bitches. He claimed he put his scope up so they could see him looking at them, but he was blind in that eye. He knew they were surrendering, but he was just like, I didn't fucking see it. Sorry.
Bummer.
I'm bad. Bummer, dude.
Go get him. Damn. And what battle was this? I'm sorry. I meant
Battle of Copenhagen. Yeah.
Yeah. Devious bastards. Well, I can't say that I'm shocked. War was war. I'm not saying it's pretty, but back then, man.
Especially ugly. Yeah. What I always find comical in like the tragic sense with like these older figureheads is everybody has like this glamorous mental image of how these people were because they always see statues of them, beautiful paintings of who they were. They lived in a fucking brutal time where they were brutal themselves. Like it was just, this was not a pretty era of world history, not just any specific country's history, but human history. Like, we mastered gunpowder. Like, it was a brutal era of fucking barbarism just in pretty clothes.
Yeah. And bayonets.
God. Yeah, people forget about that.
Yeah, that's right. I can only shoot one every 74 seconds in the meantime.
So if I feel like I'm in sprinter's distance of homeboy and I miss, he's gonna get a fucking sharp lead stick through his fucking innards.
He's gonna get Garth Algard.
And finally, barking up the wrong tree. Did you know? Barking up the wrong tree comes from hunting dogs yapping at empty trees after raccoons tricked them and then escaped.
Crafty raccoons. I used to see that the dog that I had growing up used to chase squirrels, and they would do kind of a 180.
Yeah.
And then continue to spin, and she would kind of, what the hell? These are magical raccoons. Like in a Forrest Gump voice to us, of course.
Oh, absolutely. No, one of my favorite things that I will always watch is when people are doing magic tricks to golden retrievers. It's just, and by magic tricks, I mean like throwing a ball and then dropping the ball over their shoulder and then moving their arm forward, and the golden retriever's like, what the fuck? Where'd it go? Or doing the blanket trick where they stand behind the blanket and then drop it and move behind the corner, and they're like, what the fuck? Where'd you go?
But every now and then those bastards got their hands on a raccoon. Our jaws,
goddamn right. Yeah, you're goddamn right. God, fox hunting, by the way, Fun Fact Friday. That is your Fun Fact Friday. But if you ever want to see brutality, just look up like old school fox hunting. That'll make you sleep not very well at night.
Real quick, Tonio, before you go, I bring you a personal story. This comes from the Guinness Brewery in Halethorpe, Maryland. They hosted the last Newcastle game of the year. It was a great event. Alan actually was one of the key players in putting it on. I think they were expecting like 65, and they got upwards of about 110, 115 people. It was phenomenal. Projectors, live stream was great. Audio was great. They had a goalie who played with them in the mid 90s who took a Q&A at the end. I can't say enough about it. But at that event, I was chit-chatting with my friend's younger son, who I had only met once previously about 4 years ago when he was still kind of coming into his own. At this age, he was a lot more chatty, a lot more outgoing, and he wanted to sit on this, what I saw as like a land ornament, like a giant 6-foot crab, and he wanted to sit on it for a photo. And he was laying across the back, and they got a photo, and I said, no, sit down on it. Sit down.
Can you please... how old's the kid?
My best guess is he's just shy of 6.
Okay, all right. So some parameters in place here.
Right.
A 6-year-old on a statue is different than a fucking 12-year-old on a statue. Right. That's all I'm saying.
And he said the back was slippery, but he couldn't climb up. So I got in front of it and I said, "Give me your hands, I'll help you out." And in doing so, mind you, this is a porcelain statue of a Maryland blue crab, and the claws are coming out in the front. I leaned over and my knee hit a claw and fucking snapped it in half. Snapped it right in fucking half. Someone's beautiful art project. I'll share this photo with you all. For those of you who are watching it, for those of you who aren't, I'll explain it to you. Right here, that's me and my big fat thigh and ass.
Oh, no.
And
no. Oh, no.
And someone said, "Hey, didn't you see the caution tape?" I was like, "Come on."
Oh, get the fuck out of here. All right, listen. You sent me some pictures earlier, and I was going to blame the shit out of you for this. Nah. Sorry. That's not, no. One, if you're going to display something like that, it should be rated for bumps and bruises in some capacity. And I don't put the blame on you at all. I would assume that you're allowed to climb on it. And by the way, 2 1.5 foot pieces of like fucking black and yellow checker tape.
There's enough of a deterrent. And all I did, like this claw went out towards the front, and I was trying to get him to sit with his legs between the eyes. which would have made for a great photo op, which his mom was standing right there like, yeah. And I'm, kind of doing the pulley system to get him up over this like angled back of the crab. And it was, and man, but regardless of what you're saying, the jackassery that I felt was,
oh yeah, 100%.
The mercury rose and broke everything.
Sure, 100%. You should have felt absolutely mortified and embarrassed. Like I would have too. I would have been apologetic. I probably would be absent $1,000 just from like, oh, hey, what's your Venmo? What's your Venmo? No, that's on me. That's on me. But no, that's not on you. And at second glance, like I would have been, no, fuck that. I would have been driving home like, I just gave him $1,000. No, fuck that. They shouldn't have fucking. No, he shouldn't have been that fragile. You shouldn't display something like that.
Yeah.
No.
And
nuh-uh.
To most people's credit around there was a couple like, oh, but to most people's credit, like, don't worry about it. Alan looked at it and was like, are you fucking kidding me? Super glue that fucker up. Get out of here. Like, don't even worry about that. I was like, should I tell a bartender? Should I tell like an event staff person? Like, and he's like, no, just stop. Don't worry about it.
If anybody is going to ease your mind in a moment like that, it is Alan Giannis.
Listen, let me help your conscience with my conscience.
Yes, 100%. I already know how to fix it, by the way, just by looking at it. So if they were able to craft that from nothing, they'll be able to seal that fucker up. You'll be all right. I like drill fucking 4 holes. You put some fucking, 1/4-inch fucking screws in there, marry it together. Good as new. But not really.
Yeah. Well, that is all the time we have here this week at the Middle Class Holes. You can check us out on your social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, at the Middle Class Holes. You can also check us out on Apple and Google Podcasts, along Spotify. Sorry, this is my thing.
Hey,
at the Middle Class Holes, everybody. Yeah. What do I look like, a clown? All right. We'll be back next week. Don't know who the guest is going to be, but we'll have someone on. We'll ride this fucker out through until the rotisserie chickens just keep on coming, baby.
Boarding planes, baby, with questionable items, and we'll see you then.
I'm gonna lay a thigh on the tray table with breast milk.
I'm gonna lay my thigh on the table with my breast milk.
That's it. Take her easy.